Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Just hope that you're doing fine wherever you're today. So there's something that we gotta talk about, and it's been something which has always been happening. And there is a repeated history. That's the legacy that these people want. They always want to keep on this going to wherever a person is, and they think they can do it anywhere, anytime they want. And people don't understand that things are changing and people know their rights and people know what they do. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this scenario where white people went and turned a public beach into a private property, telling people not to trespass because it is a private property. There's a place where people used to be. It's a public beach where people from different places come. Funny enough, there is no discrimination of people in this place, but another person from another place comes in your country and says that now you'll not be going there because it belongs to them, because maybe they've bought them or they've done something and now it's private. Let's watch this video and then come back, say something as usually do. Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Just hope that you're doing fine wherever you're today. So there's something that we gotta talk about, and it's been something which has always been happening. And there is a repeated history. That's the legacy that these people want. They always want to keep on this going to wherever a person is, and they think they can do it anywhere, anytime they want. And people don't understand that things are changing and people know their rights and people know what they do. What am I talking about? I'm talking about this scenario where white people went and turned a public beach into a private property, telling people not to trespass because it is a private property. There's a place where people used to be. It's a public beach where people from different places come. Funny enough, there is no discrimination of people in this place, but another person from another place comes in your country and says that now you'll not be going there because it belongs to them, because maybe they've bought them or they've done something and now it's private. Let's watch this video and then come back, say something as usually do.
So the people of St. Lucia's are protesting because white people are moving there, buying a property, privatizing the public beaches, and then posting stuff like this. Watch.
It has its own private beach that's very sandy, the waters are calm, and there's lots of water sports perfect for paddleboarding and kayaking. They have kayaking and a paddleboarding, great lounge chairs, a nice sandy beach. The beach here at Calabash Cove is excellent. You have your own private area with a pier that you can have some dinners on. They have a grassy area or a sandy area, because not everybody loves getting sand on their feet, so I like the grass option.
You heard in that video continue to say private, right? The beaches in St. Lucia's are not private. They may seem private, but they're all public. So what the people of St. Lucia's have been protesting is white people literally putting up signs, keeping them off their own beaches. And their protest is working, because this was on Fair Helen Beach, and in the video you can see white people just be like, no, I'm out of here if there's gonna be a lot of the locals here. Also, in the video, they could be heard singing a protest song called Jack, the Beach is Mine by the Mighty Gabby, with lyrics like, Jack don't want me to bathe on my beach. And look, the beach is mine. I can bathe anytime despite what they say. I go there anyway. The people of St. Lucia did the right thing, because these are the new colonizers. They're moving to these areas, pushing out the locals, and then making videos to show other white people how to do it. So the people of St. Lucia's are protesting because white people are moving there, buying a property.
This was the same thing that was happening in Jamaica, West Indies, because last year and the year before last, they have been protesting against the so-called unnatives and people who basically are foreigners coming on the land and telling the people that this is private beach owned, putting signs and even giving federal officials to basically not prohibit the locals, which is the Jamaican locals, to go on their private beaches, to go on their own beaches that they were born on. And it was people who are basically Anglo-Saxon foreigners from European, even America and various parts, and Canada, coming to Jamaica, West Indies, and pretty much telling the natives that they cannot go on their own beaches. Okay, they even start that foolishness in Mexico. I gave you a sketch where a group of Mexicans were having a live band party versus with the people them that have their homes, and they claimed that they wanted the zone of the beaches to be quiet. How you going to come to the people in place and tell them what to do? But read this. They said it was a law in 1956 that means that hotel and resorts are not obligated to make beaches open or accessory to the local public. Okay, these developments were cutting off Jamaican people from their water supply, which they were working on previously to enjoy. Okay, this was what I found. Here was a situation where they looked at the island and they said that they would not prohibit the people them to be in their own beaches because they were tourists, and they were mostly they were white tourists. Okay, and they were coming to the island of Jamaica. Some of them claimed that because near the beach area or their private homes, that the natives should not be there at the beach's reservoir. My thing is, it is not yours. You only paid for a land. You only made a hotel resort. Which law is going to allow the people them not to restrict their own people to be on their beaches? So Ziggy Marley in 2023 of April saying that he should decolonize Jamaican beaches. And he came with a campaign with him and his sister to go against the people them not to colonize the people them areas of beaches, because that's their part of livelihood and also their tourism as well. So it's like it's a problem that's going everywhere, where here it is. Because they can't do it in their country, they decide to do it here and try to push the natives out of the area and start something, aka colonization.
So it appears that y'all favorite traveling colonizer Kyles and Karens tried to bring that gentrifier spirit into St. Lucia, and the people were not having it. Apparently, the colonizers bought a hotel in St. Lucia, but put a sign up that said private property, no trespassing. So this is what the people did. This is probably one of my favorite signs from the protest. It says colonization never had a conscience. So to the video that I did about local Jamaicans not being allowed on their own beaches, and how Westerners have complained about the seasoning and the spiciness of the food in Jamaica and Mexico, and the most recent video that I did about Sinaloa and the people complaining about the music on the beaches. This is the energy that local communities need to have. Because if you don't make your presence known, if you don't say anything or do anything, there is a domino effect that is guaranteed to happen, where these privately owned condominiums, Airbnbs, hotels are only going to cater to those folks, pushing away and whitewashing the true essence of the food, the language, the music, and the actual soul of the destination.
Hello guys, welcome again to the channel. So this is caucasity, and it's so, I mean, this is something which is happening, and it's always happening even here in Africa. We don't usually just talk about it, and I wish our people could also come out and stand strong. How many shops have we had people who come and say that if you're not black, you're not buying in these shops? How many of them have we have as black people in our country, especially we as Africans, ourselves, just by ourselves? We are the people who welcome them, and then they start doing this in our country, and like we're just watching them do this, step on us, humiliate us in our own land. And I like the stance that people of St. Lucia did. And it's a great thing that they did. They stood up for themselves and say that no, you can't come to our country and be greedy and say that you don't want to share this beach. This is a beach where many years people have been using it like it's a public property. It's not a private property, and you can't come out of nowhere and just start saying that this is something which belongs to you and you don't want to share it with anybody. So with that being said, these people stood for themselves and they stood for their rights, you know. So that's also we Africans need to emulate from that. And one thing that I've noticed is that people from the Caribbean, they are people who do actions. It's not just speaking as we do here back in Africa. they do actions. You see how people mobilize themselves, they came out and talk about this. This is something which we should also do. It is only once I saw this happening when Chinese shop called China Square back here in Kenya came out, and people went out in massives and rioted and said no, they don't want them in their country. So, I mean, there's a lot much of the colonizer, the mindset of the colonizer. The mindset of the colonizer always wants to take away everything that belongs to people. They always believe that they have the biggest part in everything. And you see these people coming into St. Lucia, and they go to that public beach and they want to turn it to a private beach because it's something that they feel like they can just go and turn things to be theirs. I mean, look at the history of Africa during colonization periods. These people came to African land, took African land, and then left Africa to the squatters, left Africa in the less privileged places. And look, even here in Kenya today, we have places that have a lot of people who look like colonizers than people who look like the natives of the place that people stayed. And I can name not one, not two, not three, not four, not five. It's because by that time, maybe our people tried to fight, but it never happened. But you see what's happening today. You are being reminded of the things that happened in the past. We are being reminded that they still have that power. You know, somebody told me, until Africans or until black people will unite, they will be not respected. They will be not respected. Until we unite, we will never get respect. And respect is earned. So we need to stand together. We need to have our unity. And I appreciate what people in the Caribbean try to do about this. And it's a great thing. It's a great message. And it's always okay to stand for yourself. It's always okay to stand for what you want. If a person is invading your space, better tell them to leave because it's your space. And I'm glad for what they did because it's important for people always come out and stand for themselves because that's one thing which is good. Instead of just sitting watching this happening, mobilize people. Get out there. Because there are some people who earn their living in the beaches. We have some people who train people how to swim. We have some people who sell their thing. But if you come and say that it's a private property, it means that these people won't get these jobs and you don't know how many dreams you're killing. Leave alone. It's the greed for you. It's the greed for you. You only want this for yourself. How about other people who want to come to these places? I wonder, did the government allow this to happen? Did it allow this to happen to, these people? Well, the government collect the revenue from tourists who come just because of the beach which is just there. Or did these people try to offer a large amount of money? There are a lot of questions. But again, the most important thing is what people of Louisiana did for themselves. Not Louisiana, but people from St. Lucia Beach did, which is a great thing, you know. That's so much commendable. And as I said, we emulate what happened. We really, really emulate that. Same history, just repeating itself today in the year 2024. Same things which happened those days are still happening. What's my message? Until we unite, we will never be respected. So it's a wake-up call for us. The unity that people in St. Lucia try to do to protect their beach. And I also saw Jamaicans also trying to do this. Jamaicans also did this. And you can't just come and just want to take everything away from people. You find these people with this thing, and now you want to turn it a private property. It can't happen like that. That's never happened like that. Imagine you're getting into somebody's property. You don't want to share with them. You want to take it for yours. Yet the person is ready and wants to share with you. Crazy? Guys, tell me what you think about this in the comment section. I just want to hear what you say about this. Tell me what you think this in the comment section. If you're watching this video for the first time, you can consider subscribing. If you haven't joined my community, kindly join my membership. I really appreciate that. You'll find the video so educative, eye-opening, and most importantly, engaging. So let's meet on my next video. Until then, peace, love, and harmony. Salute.